Hey guys, welcome back to the shop. My name is Brad. Welcome to another episode of Updates from the Underground. Underground? Did he say underground? Yeah, I'm still down here in the shop, downstairs in the basement, but not for long, and I'll talk about that. First off, I just wanted to share a couple of milestones with everybody that I'm very, very happy about. I've hit the 10,000 subscriber mark. It kind of just snuck up on me and passed, and I didn't really do anything to commemorate it. So I think maybe, I don't know, maybe sometime soon I might do that, or I don't know, maybe I'll wait till I hit 1,500 or 15,000. I'm not sure, but a sincere and heartfelt thank you to everybody. I cannot believe in a year and a half that that I've bypassed 10,000 subscribers. It's incredible. I will do my best to keep the content as interesting as possible and as regular as possible. To give you guys something interesting to watch. So thank you, absolutely thank you. Thank you. The next thing I wanted to talk about is I've officially incorporated. I have a childhood friend who has a job, who has machining needs. They deal with outside vendors, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, it just so, and I didn't know this. That's the funny thing is, on a fishing trip we're talking, and my background, and this is really what I do in my job, and hey, I could possibly get you some work. So this was a year in the making, believe it or not. Last year, before I left for the bash, was when it all started to happen. A couple of days actually before Stan's bash last year. So you figure mid-August this started to happen. The representative from the company came over, to see what the capabilities were in my shop, and we talked about the work I would do and the types of parts that they need made. But it required me to become incorporated. So I did, and now my company, my official company is Maple Lane Machine and Tool. And it's taken some months to meet with the accountant, get the incorporation going. It was very simple, but I just wasn't really in a rush, and finally it came together early this year. And then I had to get a couple of things set up here in the shop to get ready for the work, and then the work came at the end of April. I have 6 jobs, boom, all at once. So I've been posting some pictures of the first one that I was doing, these little tool blocks, on the Facebook page, the machining YouTube page. So I've just been very, very busy. That's why the shaper restoration videos have kind of ground to a halt. Everything is ground to a halt. Everything. I've been working tirelessly on these jobs to try to get them out fast and run the household and all that other stuff. So Maple Lane Machine and Tool, here we go. I got a new logo. I created a couple of notebook sketches. One day I was down in the shop and I was thinking about what I liked. I kind of like the old 40s, 50s style. I always liked those gas station signs and that old school kind of simplicity. So I made up two little initial sketches, notebook paper sketches, and I'll we'll take a look at them. So how this all came about was I talked to Stan, and Stan referred me to James Harold. Now James Harold does his graphics work, so I got in touch with James Harold. I sent him my preliminary sketches that I just showed you, and he and I worked back and forth, through not very many, believe it or not, just a couple of little iterations and then a couple of little tweaks, and we came up with a logo that we both were really happy with, and that's right here. So there you go. I think he really captured what I was looking for. Hit it out of the park, in my opinion. It's real simple. It's catchy. It's got a nice design, at least for me. And I showed it on the Facebook page, and it seemed to get a lot of a lot of likes and stuff like that. People were sending some nice comments about it. So I'm really happy about that. So thank you, James Harrell. Excellent job. So the next thing I want to talk about is the new machine that I got. I purchased a new lathe, and how that all came about was I was really thinking about maybe moving upstairs up into the garage, the two-car garage. I really don't like having to move things downstairs into the basement. Machinery, anything, going up and down the stairs. I like the idea of somebody being able to deliver something right to the door. You open the door and slide it right in the shop. So that's always been on my mind. And I always wanted a modern lathe, something new with a coolant pump, something with RPMs. First and foremost, faster RPMs, a little bit more versatility, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff. So I was talking to Ray Cornelia and to James Green, and they were very monumental in their information they gave me. Instrumental in changing my behavior. I always thought, man, I'm a South Bend guy. No for Asian lathes. That all changed by watching James and Ray's videos. The work that they do is incredible. It's all very accurate. Great stuff that they're turning out with the machines. Great customer support. All that. They turned me. So thanks, guys. I appreciate that. I didn't go with a Grizzly, but I went with an Ison. They're actually located about, I don't know, a few miles away from Stan's house in Ontario, California. I'm going to do a whole video on the lathe too, because it just came a couple days ago. But anyway, a friend of mine bought the South Bend behind me. Now this friend of mine is the person who sold me my 9-inch lathe, my 9-inch South Bend that you might have seen some videos on, and then wound up buying it back, all restored, when I wanted to purchase this. So, he likes my lathes, he likes the work that I do, and the beauty of all this is he's letting me keep the lathe down here until he's ready to move it. And he'll be ready to move it once he buys a retirement house. He just retired. He's a flight pilot, and so he just recently retired, and he's looking around for either to build a place or to buy a like a retirement home that has a shop in already there. So when he does, then he'll take it. So in the meantime, I still get to keep the South Bend down here, and I get to use it too, which is pretty handy. So got the new lathe. It came in. I'm going to do I'm going to do a video on that to show, I think that's going to be part of the whole moving the shop series, which is the next thing I wanted to talk about. It's a very big undertaking to do, so I think it will be real interesting to show the progress of the shop being built upstairs. Literally, the first thing that's going to happen is going to be the cleanup, right? We're going to clean up all the junk. You can imagine what it is. It's a typical two-car garage filled with kid stuff and other junk. That whole cluttered garage. It's no different. So I think it's going to be interesting to show how that gets cleaned out first and foremost. Then we're gonna put the epoxy paint down on the floor. We're gonna paint all the walls. Put some nice lighting in. The electricity is going to get run, sub panel is going to be put up, the whole 9 yards. I'm going to do it right. I'm going to put hard lines for the air compressor, because right now I'm using a little Porter Cable pancake compressor. No good. Every third press of the air gun, the thing is kicked on, and it's just a mess. So I have a Campbell Hausfeld air compressor upstairs in the garage that I bought for filling tires up and stuff like that. It isn't the biggest thing, but it's a lot bigger than the pancake. So for now, that will have to suffice. I'm going to bring that down into the basement and then run the hard lines into the shop with drops for each machine. So I'm excited about that. That's going to be a true, devoted series. The moving, the new shop. So my name, right? My YouTube name is still going to be Basement Shop Guy. I mean, that was the email that you have to choose back when I don't think there even was channels with YouTube. This was years ago. But yeah, it'll still be Basement Shop Guy. I am going to change the title though. The title, the banner, the channel name is not going to be Basement Shop Guy anymore. I never liked it. I know that's what everybody knows me by, but it's I probably going to have the Maple Lane Machining, something along that line. So there's going to be channel changes coming up. That said, I have stickers that are made for Maple Lane Machine. They're actually getting delivered today, and I have stickers for Basement Shop Guy that I have already in hand. Sticker Mule. If anybody wants a sticker, I can't tell you how easy it is. You simply upload your art, you pay with your credit card, and you'll have your stickers within a day or so. The Basement Shop Guy came the next day. In fact, it was less than 24 hours that they showed up at my door. So that was pretty cool. So I'm going to have them. I'm going to be bringing them to the bash. I will not be swagless this year. Everybody had a lot of swag last year, stickers and shirts and stuff, so I will be able to contribute and swap around and pass them out. That brings me to the next topic, the bash. We're going to have another party out in the desert. I am getting, like a little kid, I'm getting giddy and excited because this is going to be a lot of fun. I mean, the four-jaw competition's been taken to a whole nother level. You might have seen some videos on the Facebook page where, Tom was talking about words from Tom when he was talking about how he's going to dethrone Adam.
Okay, so you guys probably saw me practicing on the four-jaw. I plan to knock Mr. Adam Booth off his post.
And Keith Fenner made the belt, and Keith's going to get into this. I don't know. My money's on Keith. I think Keith is going to be the silent predator who's going to come in and wreak havoc on everybody. I don't know if there's going to be betting going on, and maybe we can have Stan be the bookie here and give everybody some odds on different people. But it's going to be, no doubt, it's going to be one hell of a fun event. There's some new twists, I think, in Tom's layout. I think Tom's doing a layout competition on the mill this time. If I got my facts straight, I might not, but I know he's going to be doing something like that. The vendors, the vendor list is just through the roof. The prizes are incredible. The vendors themselves are just mind-blowing. This is going to be one incredible event. So I'm real excited. I'm looking forward to it. I'm flying out the Thursday before, and I'm going to go on the Standridge tour. I made sure to secure a slot. I bought an angle block and a new plate from them. So I am a paying customer. So I want to see where all this stuff came from and how it was made. I think it's going to be really interesting to see that. Yeah. So talking, back to the shop. One of the things I wanted to talk about a little bit was give a little shout out to John Saunders. I watch his videos and I see the shop that he has now, and it's just staggering. It's incredible. I looked at it and I was talking to him recently and I said, your shop looks like something you'd see on like West Coast Customs or American Chopper. He's got a hallway. Whose shop has a hallway, right? His does. He's got classrooms and conference rooms, and way to go, man. Way to go. I think if people are thinking about making machining a career or doing this, John is an excellent example of being able to do that. You know, if you make smart decisions and you really love this and you work hard at it, you could really turn this into something. And who knows, maybe this will turn into something for me too. But I look to John as a bit of a beacon of hope that yeah, this could be one day. This you could really do something with all this. So hats off to John Saunders, NYC CNC Saunders Machine Works. I'm sorry I missed the bash, your bash this year. I was all planning on going, but something came up kind of last minute. But I will be there next year. All right, so other than that, that's about it for now. Look out for that new series. Like I said, the whole shop move thing. And once I get a lot of these parts done for the paying customer, I'm going to get back to some of the things around here in the shop that I want to do. Namely the shaper restoration. I want to finish that up, and the pedestal grinder restoration. I actually need those tools up in the new shop, so we'll get back on that, I can assure you. I have some footage of one of the parts that I was making that I wanted to share in this video as well, and I think I have a little bit of the footage of the shop, some before walk-arounds in the messy garage that I just wanted to show you. And I have a couple of new tools that I filmed when I got them. A couple of just, normal little shop acquisitions that I'd like to share with you. So thanks, guys, and enjoy the footage. Okay, first and foremost, we got ourselves a drill doctor. The 750X model. Now, I've watched Dale Derry's video, I've watched Greg Halligan's video, and countless others. I took this thing out of the box and immediately sharpened a drill bit. I can't figure out for the life of me how some people have problems with these things and they think that they're terrible design or whatever. I literally opened the box, grabbed a drill bit, chucked it up, put it in, zip, 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 and it was perfect. Fantastic gizmo. I had nothing else in the shop to sharpen drill bits, so this was a much needed shop necessity. Next up, we got this. This is a Central Machinery, aka Harbor Freight, grinder. Now, the reason why I bought the Harbor Freight grinder is there was Keith Fenner has a video on this, and this other YouTube user, Ghosties, I don't know. Both of them have videos on how to tune these things up, and for the money, right? I paid, I think, $200 for this. Craigslist find. For the money, the thing is it's a great buy. It really is. It's a carbide grinder. I don't have to spend $1,000 on a Baldor. I'm just playing around with it. I'm going to be doing some mods to the tables and everything like that. But it comes with 2 green wheels, and this was brand new. Believe it or not, it didn't even. There was a bag on here a little while ago. I just took off. This is absolutely brand new. It was never used. It was sitting in this guy's basement, and he was sick of moving it around, so got a grinder. I'll fix it up. I'll clean it up. I'm gonna make some new. These things are made out of like pot metal, and they bind. These surfaces are painted, so you run into these binding issues. I plan on making these new on the Bridgeport. In the rotary table out of aluminum or maybe even steel or something. We're going to take the paint off of these surfaces. We'll mill down these surfaces to make sure that they're true, because they're not. I measured them. They're not true at all. So this is gonna stand to have a little bit of fix up with it, but it'll be good when it gets done. So I got one of these little comparators here. And when you're making lots of little parts like this, it's great to have one of these. Is it in spec or not? One of these little inspection things. So I picked up one of these. I broke down and spent $20 or $25 for it. All right. If you have a broaching kit and an arbor press, you definitely need one of these. This is a square broach. This is a 1/4 inch Dumont square broach. You drill a pilot hole and you push it through and you'll have a square hole. Why do you need one of these? For making boring bars, making trepanning tools, you know. Very, very valuable, invaluable tool to have in a shop. And this is exactly why I got it. I have a job where I have to trepan a big 8-inch hole in some Lexan. In fact, I'll show you what that looks like. These big 12 by 12 sheets. So I'm going to make a boring bar with a trepanning tool to go in and cut it out. So I picked up these 2 micrometers. This one's specifically for checking parts like this, because you know this little anvil here will come out, and you could put pins in there. You know, you could put various size, you know, gauge pins and stuff like that. And it's exactly what I was doing. I was putting a gauge pin in here, and I was measuring to make sure that the hole was proper, you know, for QCing and making sure, you know, your things are in the right spots. There's lots of holes in these pieces, so checking it with this is really really easy. And I have some jobs coming up where I gotta measure internally bored holes, and I kind of like this method, using an inside micrometer like this, for small bore stuff, because the little snap gauges, sometimes they could be a little tricky. So I wanted to try it anyway. I wanted to see if this is any better. And these are really cool, these inside micrometers. This one was used. It was a good eBay find. All right, got myself a Blake coaxial indicator. Good eBay find. Got it at a pretty good price. Nobody bid on it. So these are, obviously, you all know how good they are and how handy they come in. So that'll be a welcome addition to the shop.